Hello, everybody. I welcome you to this very short presentation on what is to be done next. Right, this is a more pressing question amongst the student fraternity who are about to graduate and who are about to seek their future career opportunities. So, I welcome you once again. My name is Professor Omkar Tilve, and I am a faculty at Bhardesh Education Trust Global Business School, and I would be giving a short or a very brief overview on what is to be done next. This is more so because I come across students and their parents who are continuously asking me this question that when is this particular episode of coronavirus going to end? What is going to happen to the future of their ward and all those things? So I would like to start off this short presentation with a very nice quote that I came across. That is, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams, right? So now, since we are facing this crisis or a pandemic, which is called as COVID-19, which has made most of the things which is uncertain. So most of the students, especially those who are graduating, who are there in their final semester, that is sixth semester or eighth semester, of their graduation, are standing at a crossroads and staring at a very big question of what to do next, whether they should go for job, or if so job, what kind of jobs are currently available in the market, what is their salary, what is the outlook of that particular job or domain, or whether they should continue in terms of education. If so, what education options do they have, or they should go for business, or they should be exploring of any other opportunities that are available to them. So there is a lot of uncertainty amongst the students and amongst the parents of what is to be done next. And here I am giving you a very small or a very brief overview that I can put forth to all of you. And I request you to circulate this particular information to your friends and your family circle as well. So what are the options available? Here, what I have done is I have enlisted kind of three options, one on the front of job, the other one on the front of education, and the other one on the front of business, right? So let us explore them one by one and see what is in store or what lies ahead in each of this particular option. So let's first explore the option of job. So that is the first option of getting an employment, since you would be graduating in a very short span of time, right after your exams are done, after your results are announced. So obviously you would be looking towards the job market, earning some money for yourself and being independent from your parents in terms of almost everything. So what is the current situation? Since we are impacted by COVID-19, that is coronavirus, uh, most of the job sector is hit by this particular pandemic, and the two worst industries that are affected are, first one is your hospitality and tourism. Most of the hotels, tourist hotspots are all running barren and empty. As such, the first majorly impacted industry is your tourism and hospitality industry, and the second major industry which is impacted is your education sector. You could see that all the schools, colleges, coaching institutions are running dry, running empty. Apart from these two sectors, the other sectors that are impacted heavily are your auto sector or your sector of entertainment. Most of the malls, theaters, all of them, tourism parks or amusement parks, most of them are kind of running dry, and it would be so for at least next around about 6 to 7 months. So what is the current situation? The job market is in bleakest in past 15 years, and in future only 5% of Indian companies are planning to hire in quarter 2 and quarter 3. So this was a news that had appeared in Business Standard, and the Indian companies, or most of the companies, are planning to hire at a lesser level in next 6 months, that is quarter 2 and quarter 3. That is the industry that is what expecting, but most of it is dependent on how the economy opens up and what would happen to the spread of coronavirus. Right now, the rate at which the spread of coronavirus is spreading in India, it is pretty high, right? So in the month of April, we were having around about 2,500 odd corona cases, but today the corona cases, or the count of corona cases, has crossed almost 6 lakh, right? So if this spreads heavily, and if the state government or the central government plans for another lockdown or a restricted lockdown, then again this particular job market is going to get impacted. Right. So you as a class of 2020 are probably entering one of the worst job markets since Great Recession, which happened in 2008 and 2009, when one of the biggest banks in America collapsed, that is, it closed down, and it had a widespread impact all over the world. But the current situation and the situation which was there in 2008, 2009 is entirely different. The current situation is more so of fear of life, that is the pandemic, which is affecting the health of the individual, as compared to what was happening in 2008 and 2009. So I believe that the class of 2020 is entering a very, very, very challenging job market scenario to get jobs, because most of the companies are not hiring, and most of the companies are waiting for what is going to happen in future. So most of the companies are also very much uncertain of what is going to happen to their sales, what is going to happen to their products and all those things. So they are also kind of they have also kind of paused their hiring, and they would not do so for at least next 6 to 8 months. And then looking after what is happening in terms of coronavirus cases, what is the medication, whether any medication is available or no. So everything is kind of dependent. But for the near future, that is a short-term future of around about 6 to 9 months, the job market looks pretty bleak and very subdued. But all is not bad, right? So India is in the emerging market and has got a very good opportunity for all those seeking jobs. So it's a short-term blip, maybe for a year or so. That is what I'm kind of predicting. But most of the companies are coming back to India, right? So what has happened in China, most of the companies are looking for an alternative, and India is emerging as one of the brightest spot for all these companies to come and invest in India, create jobs over here, because India has got one of the biggest markets. So we are almost 130 crore in terms of population, and most of the foreign companies are looking towards India as their prospective market, and they are planning to shift their facilities from China to India. But this would take time. This would take time of almost 1.5 to 2 years. It would not happen immediately or overnight, right? So India is one of the emerging markets for all these companies, and it's a very emerging spot, bright spot in the world economy. But what are the kind of future opportunities or job opportunities available in India, which would be in demand in the near future, like next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, where you can make a lot of career? So what I have done is I've just put an analysis of what I think would be the best jobs that would come and would pay you very decently to start. Right. So I've categorized these into job opportunities, the domain in which these job opportunities would come, what is the education that you would require, what are the skills that you would require, and what would be the start salary to start off your career. So most of these job opportunities are looking towards an individual who is having a business acumen, right? That is a basic or a sound knowledge of how business functions, what are the different aspects of business, how a business needs to operate, what are the things, what are the management that needs to be done, right? So the job opportunities that would come up are in terms of digital marketing, right? So most of the companies are now going digital. They are advertising digital. If you open Facebook, right, there are a lot of advertisements that are coming up. If you open Google, if you watch any videos on YouTube, most of the companies are advertising their products and services through all these digital platforms. So what you would require is that you would require a postgraduate degree in marketing and sound skills of digital technologies, and you could expect a starting salary of around about 3.5 lakh and upwards per annum. Right, lot of data is getting generated, so you require data scientists or data analysts, and this requirement is there in both, in terms of marketing field also and in terms of finance domain also, right? So a lot of stock market data gets churned up, so you require somebody who can analyze this particular data, trends, graphs, the predictions. So this is one of the brightest kind of domain that is coming up, and job opportunities that would that would come up. What do you require education skill in terms of postgraduate? Data analytics. You should be very good in terms of some of the technologies such as Python or R programming. So these are kind of tools which are used in data analytics. And the start salary that you can expect is around about or approximately 5 lakhs per annum and upwards. The finance field is growing, right? So there is a lot of opportunity in banking sector. There are a lot of small payment banks. There are bigger banks. There are public sector banks. There are private sector banks who are expanding their reach to tier 2, tier 3 cities and to rural cities, rural towns and villages in India. Right. Again, people are looking towards somebody who can advise them on their money matters. So you require a financial planner. What sort of education do you require? You require a postgraduate degree, basically in terms of finance itself. Along with this particular degree, you also require some practical knowledge of how things work. And these can be acquired by your certification, which are offered by NISM and CFM, Certified Financial Planner, that is CFP, Financial Risk Manager, FRM. And what sort of salary you can expect? On an average, you can expect a salary of around about 3 lakh to 5 lakh per annum. Lot of events are happening, right? So you require event managers. Again, you require a nice skill of people management. You need to talk, you need to interact with people. You require a postgraduate degree here also. Then moving on, since the companies would be expanding, right? They would require people who can recruit people, who can train those people. So basically, this comes under your human resource domain. Again, your people management skills are pretty much important. Your communication skills, how you interact with people. And what you can expect is a salary of around about 2.5 lakhs per annum and upwards. So what salaries I have enlisted over here, these are the bare minimum salaries that are offered. But if you are a very talented and out of box person, companies are ready to pay you, right? The next type of job opportunity comes in terms of digital content specialist, right? People or companies want such type of people who can write about their companies, who can write about their products, development of websites, right? So again, you require a kind of marketing degree in this particular thing. And again, you should be kind of well versed or kind of aware of different types of digital technologies that are available to you, like website development, search engine optimization, so on and so forth. Again, the salaries range in 3.5 lakh per annum and upwards. And a lot of things are getting automated these days. The next job opportunities that would come up is in terms of artificial intelligence. What type of domain is this? This primarily falls into software engineering. You would require engineering degrees, right? And the skills that you would require is in terms of digital technologies and coding in terms of different languages, which are most prevalent in the market as of now. Again, this start salary would come around about 3.5 lakh per annum and upwards. So these salaries, again, I'm repeating, which I've mentioned, are kind of bare minimum. And there is no salary cap for somebody who is talented, somebody who can solve problems to the of the companies, who can give innovative solutions to the company, who can take their company to next level. So these are the kind of job opportunities that would come up in next round about 4 to 5 years. And companies would be looking for people with these specific skills, right? And most of this, once again, I'm repeating, most of these job opportunities would require individuals who have a business acumen, so the basic working knowledge of how business functions. So this is what is available in option 1, that is job. The option 2 is that since there is a bleak market of job in the near future of at least a year or so, year and a half, what I am kind of suggesting to most of the students who are graduating is that invest in education and get yourself skilled so that you are future ready. You have those skills, you have those required soft skills, you have that required talent to meet the opportunity. So what type of education? Mostly I would be talking about post-graduation over here and some of the professional courses, right? So the first option that you have is in terms of post-graduation degrees is Master of Business Administration. As I said in my previous slide, that most of the job opportunities require you to have a business acumen or business knowledge of how business functions, what are the various types of departments and how they function, how things work. So this business acumen or basic functioning of business is provided when you opt for a post-graduation degree in terms of Masters of Business Administration. This particular course is of a 2 years duration, spread across 4 or 6 semesters, depending upon whether you're opting for a private college, which basically offers you a PGDBM, a diploma degree, a postgraduate diploma degree, right? And most of these private colleges spread their 2 years into 6 semesters. But most of the colleges which are affiliated to an university, which are governed by the state or a central government, their 2 year duration of MBA is spread across 4 semesters. And here I'm mostly talking about colleges which are present in Karnataka. To get admission for MBA, you either require to appear for PGCET, that is Post Graduation Common Entrance Test, or KMAT, that is Karnataka Management Aptitude Test, or CAT, that is Common Aptitude Test, or MAT, that is Management Aptitude Test. So basically CAT and MAT are opted for by private institutions, right? And if you want to go for a government seat, you would have to appear for either PGCET or for KMAT. Most of this is offered by most of the private institutions prefer a CAT or a MAT score. Okay, so this is what is there in terms of your Master of Business Administration. This is a two years duration course, right? What are the fees that are available over here? The fees start approximately rupees 1 lakh per annum and upwards. The fees sound to be pretty huge, but there are a lot of scholarships that are offered by the government, and there are some institutes who are offering scholarship. For example, my institute, that is Global Business School, Belgaum, we offer a lot of scholarships to meritorious students. For example, if you're scoring a rank of anywhere between 1 to 500 in PGCET, we kind of waive off your tuition fees over here. And there are a lot of other scholarships also that are available based on sports quota, based on percentages, based on the medals that you receive from the university. So this is with respect to what is there in terms of Master of Business Administration. Then you have Master of Computer Applications, basically students who are pursuing BSc degree in computers or Bachelor of Computer Application, they can opt for this particular course, that is Master of Computer Application. Again, this course is of 2 years duration, spread with 4 semesters. You'll have to appear for a PGCET, which would be conducted by a particular state, right? Approximate fees would be 1.5 lakh per annum and upwards. Again, a lot of government scholarships and institute scholarships are available over here. The next one is your other degrees in terms of Master of Science, that is MSc, and Master of Commerce, MCom. Again, these courses are spread across 4 semesters, that is, it takes approximately 2 years for you to complete this particular degree. And the fees that range over here are approximately anywhere between 20,000 to around about 50,000 per annum, right? The other aspect is of professional courses. What do I mean by professional courses? You can opt for a course in terms of chartered accountancy or cost and management accountancy or company secretary, right? So I have done ICWA, which is now called as CMA. These courses operate on the basis of self-study, and moreover, you'll have to spend approximately 3 years in terms of articleship, doing an internship with a qualified chartered accountant or a cost accountant or a company secretary. Approximately these courses take you on an average 5 to 7 years to complete this or get a chartered degree. It took me 5.5 years to complete ICWA. And you would basically require almost every day around about 2 to 3 hours in terms of self-study. The pass percentage in these exams is pretty low. It's approximately 4 to 5% of pass percentage. And moreover, you don't have colleges for this particular courses. So it's kind of a very much self-study, although you have a lot of tuitions available in different metro cities. Obviously, there are some there in Belgaum also, but again, you will the more emphasis on is on self-study over here, right? And what are the fees? As I said, approximate duration is around about 5 to 7 years to complete. The fees at each level is around about 30,000. That is just the admission fee that I'm talking about. That is the institute fees, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, or Institute of Cost Accountants of India, or Institute of Company Secretaries of India. To get admission at each level, you'll have to pay around about 30,000. So there are 3 levels: your foundation level, your intermediate level, and your final level. So each would cost you approximately 30,000 rupees for institution admission. So these are the courses which are available in terms of post-graduation course and professional courses. One very fine point that I would like to emphasize over here is that, let's say that there are 2 students who are graduating in the year 2020. Okay, one of them goes for a post-graduation degree in management, and the other one goes for a professional course in terms of CA, CMA, or CS. So this would require 2 years to complete, and I would say that this requires approximately 5 years to complete. So both of them took admission in the year 2020, person X and let's say person Y. So person X took admission for MBA, and person Y took admission for CA, CS, or CMA, right? So this person X would graduate in the year 2022, okay? When he graduates in the year 2022, he would start with an approximate salary of around about 3.5 lakh per annum, right? And the person that is Y, who has opted for a professional course of CA, CMA, or CS, he would graduate, assuming it takes 5 years, he would graduate in the year 2025. When he does so, his salary would start approximately 7.5 lakhs per annum. Right now, here's the trick, right? This person has graduated in the year 2022, and this person has got 3 years of experience along with him. When you compare this person at the year of 2025, so in the year 2025, right, 2025, person X would have a work experience of 3 years along with post-graduation degrees, whereas this person Y would have a professional degree, but he would be a fresher. Now, if both of them apply for a same company, let's say ABC Limited, right, for a same post, at that particular point in time, company ABC would prefer somebody who is having a 3 years of experience rather than hiring a person with no knowledge or who is a fresher. And at this point in time, in the year 2025, company would pay approximately the same amount of what it was ready to pay a fresher, CA, CMA, or CS. But the preference over here is given to an individual who is having an experience of around about 2 to 3 years, right? So this is what is available in terms of option for education, right? And the third option that I would kind of discuss is in terms of becoming an entrepreneur, which these days currently our Prime Minister is kind of very much emphasizing on becoming Atmanirbhar. So become self-sufficient. That is what the Prime Minister is kind of saying. So as I said, that you can become a business or an entrepreneur. No business or business idea is small. Who thought that Flipkart, which was started in 2007 with just selling books, would become such a big company, right? So no business or no business idea is small. A small tea vendor also earns around about 2 to 3,000 rupees per day, right? It may sound a joke, but it's a real practical thing, right? What are the businesses that you can look forward to? Ready-made food joint. People these days don't have time to cook, so they would obviously require somebody who can cook food for them and deliver it to their home. So it's basically a ready-made food joint is what I'm kind of suggesting you. Agriculture, agribusiness, floriculture, fisheries, right? Again, there is a lot of business opportunities available over here, and specifically I'm talking about food processing industry, right? Healthcare and pharmaceutical is one more upcoming kind of opportunities which are available to you. You can start business in healthcare and pharmaceuticals. Education, online training. If you see what is the impact that this pandemic has done, right? Let's take for example this particular session itself. I'm trying to conduct it online, and the dissemination of this information also will be kind of online, right? Analytics, Internet of Things, that is IoT and artificial intelligence. There are a lot of websites like freelancer.com, guru.com, odesk.com, workandhire.com, where the companies and people are looking for other people who have these kind of specialties, and you can work at your will over here. You can work at any time, you can take leaves, so on and so forth, right? Business support services such as filing of returns, income tax returns, or GST returns, or VAT returns, although VAT is not there anymore. But there are a lot of business auxiliary services that are demanded. So you can start business support services such as PAN cards, STAN cards, so on and so forth, right? Beauty and fitness, beauty, fitness, well-being. A lot of people are looking towards staying fit. So fitness industry, nutrition industry is one of the bright industry that is upcoming industry. These are all the career opportunities or business opportunities that you can look forward to. And obviously government, there are a lot of government schemes which are there to support you, right? There are a lot of mudra loans that are disbursed by public sector banks such as State Bank of India, Bank of India, Union Bank of India, so on and so forth. The application process is also very easy, and the sanction of loans is also very easy. So government is supporting these things. Another initiative that is taken up by government is Startup India, where government is giving you a lot of tax holidays, right? Apart from that, government is giving you a lot of interest subvention loans. I should not say interest free loans, right? That is what I'm talking about in interest subvention schemes. That is, loan interests are being offered by the banks at a very cheap rate, and there is a lot of ease of doing business. You don't have to run around pillar to post to get your registration done. Almost everything, almost 70 to 80% of whatever registrations you require to start your business are all online, be it GST registration, be it income tax registration, be it registration for PAN, be it registration for TAN, be it filing of income tax returns, be it registering with local municipal authorities, be it registration for professional tax. Everything is almost getting online. So you are bypassing all the agents who used to eat up all the money. Processes are pretty simple. If you are unaware of any of the processes, you can just log on to youtube.com and type in GST registration, and there are a whole lot of videos available online to guide you on how things are to be done online, right? So these are the this is the third option that you can evaluate for, right? And if you don't want to work, neither do you want to go for education, nor do you want to start any business or anything, the best thing that you can do is kind of get married and enjoy your life for next 2 to 3 years. But again, after next 2 to 3 years, you would still end up with the question with which I started my slide: what next? So better start thinking on all these fronts. And I would kind of emphasize that, you know, education is the best investment that you can make. Most of them think it as a cost. I have to spend 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, so on and so forth. But what you learn today would never go waste, and it would remain with you until you die, right? So what I would suggest is that, given the scenario of what is happening in and around the economy in and around the world besides us, the best solution or the best option that you can do is opt yourself for some kind of higher education. I'm not promoting any of the education over here. I've given you all sort of educational options that are available to you, right? So let me thank you for your time, for listening to me very patiently, right? For any queries, you can visit our website, that is my college website, betgbs.in. If you have any queries, you can contact us. There is a form available on our website. You can just post your query, or you can just call us on 2421513, our contact number, or you can also visit our Facebook page and leave a comment on whatever queries you have. So feel free to contact us. We would reach you at any point in time whenever you want us to be there. You can feel free to contact us. So thank you once again, and